Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution!
Rubes.
Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
You turn me up in the headphones a little bit. I've got new ones. That might be it. There we go. Yeah, JB's.
Ooh.
We're going for JB's.
Ooh.
What? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Well, Christmas.
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 Doesn't it feel like Christmas already happened?
Look at how nice the lighting is today.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Nice? It's great.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. We're getting there. It's a little,
like, let's be honest. Like, you can go like this could be exactly the same, and in 2 months you'd slay me.
No,
Right.
not at all. It's just a little
It's
dark
just
on
like
my side. That's all.
however we're feeling that day.
No, it's
Like about
we're
ourselves.
getting there.
No, and
It's
I,
true.
We're getting there.
It's true.
I've learned it's how he keeps things moving forward. If he's just like disappointed me slightly, he knows that like I'll work harder.
Right.
That's not true at all. That's
Right.
not true at all, Giorgio.
It's a tactic. He leads with fear.
It's Christmas time,
works
Giorgio.
so
I don't
well.
lead with fear at Christmas. That's a lie. I just screamed at somebody for like an hour on the phone. Mm-hmm. But it's Christmas time out there, and it's time to get all the gifts, all the things, everything else. I was a little shocked, Jabes. Finished up Christmas shopping for the children's, and gonna be honest, there's a lot of people in there, and the shelves are pretty stocked. Usually,
Really?
yeah. Usually it's down there. You know, you got to grease up your elbows. You got to get it. You're gonna get in there. You got to let some people out. You know, you got to J6 some people. But no, we didn't have any of that. And I'm wondering if it's because inflation is so high and prices are jacked up so much that it's gonna be one of those canned good Christmases for the kids where it's like, look, I'm sorry, young Johnny, but there's a couple of cans of beans in your stocking, and that's all Papa could afford this year because shit was really fucking
I
expensive.
got a different theory, Ross.
What do you think it is?
I got America's out of ideas. We're just not creating the next innovative product yet. You know, there's no new Furby that people are going to get at an ice skating rink and fight for.
Or like Tickle Me Elmo.
Seriously, do you
remember?
remember
Right,
those?
right.
The
Do you
Rage,
Yeah.
a Tamagotchi.
There's nothing like that. Also, I'm sorry.
Maybe you're right.
But Amazon's really doing it
I know,
right.
I know.
I mean,
I know, and I think
couple clicks, it arrives before Christmas. I don't have to put it up into the car and the thing. Like,
yeah. I thought
hate to
that, by the
say.
way. I thought that, by
hate
the
to
way.
say.
And because the other thought behind that, too, was, you know, I made it in and out of the stores pretty easy. I got all this stuff because I'm shopping for boys, by the way. So I'm pretty good at that, obviously. Probably going to have to send you out for Birdie when she gets of age. But I'm pretty good at shopping for the boys. But also on the way out, they have nuked all the cashiers. They're all gone. So it was about 30 to 35 just self-checks, and that's it.
Are you talking about
Talking about Walmart.
start with the W? Yeah.
Yeah. Why can we not say
I
it?
think it's amazing. Just no free ads, but like I think that is amazing, and I used to be against it.
So here's the thing that I'm not
but I don't
stoked
like
about.
people anymore.
Yep.
And so it's really great.
No, I understand that. And look, I don't mind it because I've been doing it for years. I've been conditioned from LA, essentially from Ralph's, right? Doing it all those years there, and then it's just kind of carried over. I don't mind that either. What I do mind is the bag sitch. They're giving out these bags that could maybe hold a water bottle, and you're trying to stuff huge toys and shit in there. So it's kind of all just gotten like Costco or Sam's Club, where, sorry, we don't have bags. You can just jam that in your car.
Yeah.
When you're trying to hide toys from children,
Sure.
They're all stuffed in the trunk and it's awkward and that part is weird. But the rest of it is easier, but also I don't know how much longer those places are going to be around. I think I'm with you. I think a lot of people probably went through Amazon.
Walmart is trying to do both an awesome Amazon type situation and brick and mortar.
Well, they have
they
great
are
delivery, and they have the express lane if you just want to pick up your groceries, where they'll just put them in your trunk for you.
Yeah, and I'm going to be real. The whatever Walmart that was that I went to had the grocery store in it, had all the things in it, and it was rad. And if you're trying to beat Amazon, which Walmart is the only one with a decent, realistic shot at it, simply because they already have so many brick and mortars that if you are going to order online groceries, you are going to have a pharmacy, you are going to have toys and everything else, you can go from the store to the thing. It'll either ship to your house, you can go and pick it up, or you can do it yourself. And it was easy. But this year, a lot of things that I wanted were sold out on Amazon. Everything was in Walmart, though.
Right.
As far as toys go, and there's no toy stores left anymore, so it's either Walmart or Amazon for that. And a couple of electronics from Best Buy. Best Buy was kind of nude. It was kind of nude in there, a little bare in the old Best Buy.
So every time you say like, why don't we just blow up China, right? Like as your solution, I'm like, that's why.
What do you mean?
Because you need to run out to the store and get a toy for your kid.
I don't think
Sorry.
so. I think you blow up China with the way the prices are now. Like I would just put a nuclear bomb in the middle of China.
Go on Etsy right now and look for like an American-made toy. Like no matter what it is, like an American-made.
And what time it's gonna get here? Talk about 2 months.
Okay? It's not that. But let's say you blew up China and you dropped a nuclear bomb on that country. Several. Okay,
all of it. China's gone in this.
Gone, wiped out. Okay. It's just an ocean.
So are all your kids' toys.
No. I think it would be a couple years, and then everybody would make it, and it would be a little bit higher. But as far as prices were going in the stores,
a little.
What's an extra $5 on top of the fucking $60 at this point?
Things would be triple, Ross.
Oh, it's not $5.
I don't think so. I think after time, it would be fine.
His exact point is, Etsy is American. Usually, there's a lot, if you want to just search for that, like American small business companies, whatever.
Yeah.
The price is crazy, the shipping's crazy, and the time it's going to take to get to you is crazy. So, in times like this, where it's like, oh, we just need to run out to a Walmart and grab a toy, that's when nuking China would be an issue.
It's
but
not.
We can just leave that
I still say we blow up that country and never look back.
We can just leave it.
By the way, it's nuclear hot in here if you want to go ahead and turn down the heat. I am sweating in here.
I got you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You can go ahead and end that country forever. Like, I'm totally fine with it. I bet you the people are rad, and then you just have this fucked up government, and you're just like, all right, sweet.
Well, the people are rad?
Yeah, the people are rad.
In China?
Yeah, let's face it.
Oh, okay. I can't.
Doctors, lawyers, like all of the smart shit. Yeah.
When they're here.
All right. Well, that's what I'm saying. You just got to get rid of the government. You got to end that, dude, and you're good to go.
Don't get me started, please.
Oh, I know. Jesse.
Don't get me started.
We're not going to have this much casual racism right before Christmas. All right? We're not going to Hunter Biden it. We're not going to have any no yellow talks out of you today.
Right. But I changed my, in my dystopian society in the future where we're governed by Amazon, Apple. Do you know what I mean?
We're basically close.
That's our whole government. Yeah. I'm going to change one of those to Walmart. So it's going to be Amazon, Walmart, and then Apple.
Yeah,
what do you think the third one is?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. And
as
we're
far as, like, the
we're headed there.
branches,
yeah, we're headed there. We're getting really fucking close. Mm-hmm. I think 10 years tops. Mm-hmm. It'll be down to those three, and then we're good. We can move on.
No, I mean.
No, I mean
government. Yeah, if I was, this is no lie, Giorgio, I'm being totally serious when I say this. If I was to buy stock right now, it would be in those three companies, and that's probably it. I can't name really anything else that I would get my boner
what
up
I
for.
mean is like all branches of government, all voting, all all of that's gone.
Yeah.
You only choose between those three.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what we're going to be down to, and I'm okay with that. They're pretty efficient. And they're fast as shit, so why not?
I would choose Bezos. I mean, sorry.
Hey.
Little dorky dork.
Yeah, I'd choose a little fucking dorky dork,
Little
you know?
dorky dork, my gorky
Yeah.
dork.
My social media, my only social media app will be Twitter. I'm fine with that. And then shut the rest down. Like, I'm good. I'm good on all that. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you. Speaking of China, they're going to get Avatar here. So Avatar opened up over the weekend. It was supposed to do 575. That was the projections. Everybody's tits were blown off. Even I got sucked into it, selling out. Had to get tickets for me and my kid. Mm-hmm. We went on Saturday nights, and not only did the movie open up right around the 450-ish range, was below projections, but I didn't like it.
Right.
My kid didn't like it. And
you were never going to.
Bob, I can't hear you. Bob, I don't.
There's a mic not on for some reason.
Okay, sure.
Why not?
Sure.
It is on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
He was never going to. Tell me why.
Because the first movie sucks.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
sucks.
It's true. No.
Okay, wait. You're being Ross, right? Do people like it, right?
No, they don't. Nobody. I don't think anybody.
Did the first one suck?
What's the thing that you're like BTS, right? We're all being fooled by something, or it's a government project. That's what Avatar feels like. Yeah, the first one sucked. So the script.
In your opinion?
No, and not in my opinion. Script, characters, all of it sucked. Visuals, amazing. What's the first thing anybody says when you talk about Avatar? Oh my gosh, visually it was so crazy. But what'd you think of that story? I didn't really give a shit. What was it about? I thought the first one was about climate change. Apparently I was wrong on that. Bob says it was a military movie. That fit more, his guess fit more in line with what the second one was, because that's what I got out of it after seeing the second one. So
Colonialism.
yeah, I was totally wrong about the first one, I guess. So
Good news.
whatever.
Good news. They shot the third one already,
Yeah.
so that'll be coming out.
And the fourth
very
script is already turned in.
soon, yeah.
It'll be out. But here's my stance with this. So first of all, I forgot the lead guy, that Sam Worthington, had a no reason, thick New York accent, and none of the rest of his family did. Anybody remember that? I didn't remember that.
I think because he's real. Is he Scottish, Bob,
I think
or
he's
British?
Australian.
He's
Australian.
definitely not American.
Yeah. I think he's Australian.
But it's so thick. It's almost like whatever
it's-
Australian's Cockney is. Like you can't understand what he
But
said.
it's a thick New York specific accent, and I'm like, why? Like, why was that the choice?
because he couldn't do a just regular.
That's what I
American.
think, right?
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen him in anything really since Avatar, right?
Yeah, I mean, people tried to make Sam Worthington happen,
They did.
and it didn't.
It did
didn't,
not.
Didn't take.
It did not take.
I loved a little Sam Worthington.
He's boring as shit. And this whole, because even when you're watching it,
He was
unless
good in Bootmen. Did you guys see Bootmen?
sure didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Nah, I didn't see that.
It's Australian.
Who could forget?
It's an Australian film. It's really good. Go ahead.
But when you watch it, and he's like, "Hey, it's a meatball," you're like, Jesus Christ,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
We're not doing that. The rest of the family didn't talk like that, and you're like, all right, was it just you who was from like the mean streets of New York, and then everybody else wasn't? Like, none of that really made any sense to me. The other thing is, they're all fucking blue. There was a guy I did a movie with years ago who was in this movie, and same thing with him, Joel. He disappeared, right? But he's been stuck doing this fucking thing for 7 years, I guess, or whatever. It's just a bunch of blue dinosaurs walking around. You can't even tell who the people are. Yes, they made a lot of money, and we found out what that total was over the weekend, and I'll get to that story in a second, but holy shit. You don't know who any of these fucking people are. The script was awful. There was no need for that to be close to 3.5 hours. My kid took his fucking glasses off about an hour in, and I finally looked over, and I was like, what are you doing? I was like, does it hurt your eyes? Because he'd never seen 3D before. And he was like, no. He's like, it's just not great. And I was like, oh, all right. And I go, do you want to leave? And he goes, I got popcorn and candy. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. So we stayed, and he wanted to eat candy and popcorn. So we stayed and watched it. For 2 hours, though, he didn't even have his glasses on. And for an 8-year-old to not be juiced off about dinosaurs fucking running in front of your face, I was like...
So what he told me was that the 3D didn't come straight at him. He said it would only go to the side. Is that a thing? Or did he just not know what was going on?
No. So I thought that too. So here's what I said to him in the car
He
afterwards.
said it was only 3D on this side,
Right.
not in the middle.
Right. So here's what I said to him afterwards. When we were kids and we had the shitty 3D, which I loved. I loved the shitty 3D. We talked about this a few weeks ago with the glasses and everything else. If they chopped off a head, it was flying right at you. If somebody threw an axe, it was coming at your fucking face. Remember people like dodging shit in the theater?
Chucky 3D, right?
Yes, dude. Friday the 13th had one 3D movie. It was the same way. Heads were flying out. Drive Angry, to this day, it's not a very good movie, but it was the best 3D I'd ever
I think
seen.
it's just called Drive.
No, it's called Drive Angry. There's another movie called Drive, with Ryan Gosling. Drive Angry was with Amber Heard and Nick Cage. And the 3D on that was so good, and I think I'd said this a few weeks ago. There was a 3D script that I had written, and they said, who do you want to direct it? And it was that guy. And they were like, that guy's in demand for 3D for the next 20 years. There's a reason behind it. And you know what you're doing visually and everything else. The other thing that he was talking about is before the movie started, and I thought this was interesting because I'd never seen this done before, there was 3 trailers that were in 3D that aren't 3D movies. Oh. So they converted them later just for this because they wanted to get the trailer before Avatar. Now, we had already seen the trailers before another kid's movie of his, and he recognized all of them, and he goes, I don't understand, Dad. That's not supposed to be in 3D. The other wasn't. And I was like, I'll look it up afterwards. Sure enough, they're not. One of them was Ant-Man. Ant-Man's not in 3D. They converted that later, which you can convert any movie to 3D in post if you want to. It's not great. The other one was Super Mario Brothers, which Chris Pratt, I guess, is choosing just not to do an Italian accent for Mario.
So disappointing. And he's too tall.
Dude.
I'm so mad about
He's
that casting
too
choice.
tall?
He's too tall to be Mario.
Yeah. Do you remember in
It's animated.
No, it's not.
It is, yeah. It's animated.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. He has tall
Then
man
what-
energy.
it's just his voice.
Yes.
Giorgio's like he's too tall to do the voice
Nope.
of Mario.
No,
Also,
sure
the
is.
Are
guy
you
that
fucking-
does Mario in all the video games is still fucking alive.
I know, and he's great. Why are we replacing Mario?
It's me, Mario.
Yeah,
I
but
can
like,
understand that be getting really old though.
well, but here's the
Yeah,
thing. So
and
somebody brought up the point. And they said overseas, Chris Pratt will sell this movie. No, he will not because they have to dub it overseas. So it's irrelevant who plays Mario. It's irrelevant. You have to dub it anyways. Every country is dubbed. Every single one.
I don't know. A lot of European countries speak English, but yeah.
But England and Ireland just haven't gone through this process are the only ones that they remain in English. They'll offer an American version if you want it, but it's all dubbed by 2 people in that country. So what's the?
And I think he didn't want to do like a derogatory, like Italian.
Yes, because he's not
maybe?
Italian. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you get a little too woke. Just go on the nose. Either get the original Mario or get like fucking John Leguizamo or somebody, like anybody. Get fucking. Who's the guy? Anybody from The Sopranos. Pick one. Big pussy. Have him be Mario.
Oh,
You know?
sure.
Well, anyone from literally anyone from The Sopranos, and you're good to go. But they had put that in 3D, and he was amped to see that. And I go, why are you excited to see this in 3D versus the other trailer that we saw? And he goes, oh, well, because it's Mario, and I like Mario. So either he didn't like the 3D in Avatar, or he just hated the movie. Either way, when you're not impressing an 8-year-old with that type of visual effects, you're in trouble.
Well, there's science behind what impresses 8-year-olds and what would impress like adults, right? I'm not sure if Avatar 100% is for little kids. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have any of the scientific, the colors, the things, the voices. Like there's
The
things
colors are there,
It's one color.
but it's beautiful, right?
Okay. I'm just saying, like
You're seeing fish and whales and all the things you would see as a little kid at SeaWorld is in that movie, except it's right in front of your face.
Coco Melon is a cult for a reason, right? Like it's scientifically designed to indoctrinate. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But like, it's with the sounds, the colors, all these different things. Like, I don't know if it's for an 8-year-old, to be honest. But you didn't like it either, so it's what it is.
I didn't like it either. I thought it was shitty, and I was like, oh my God, dude. The whole time, I was just like, this is 3.5 hours. And I was like, this is just going to keep going and going and going. Story does nothing. You could have solved it in 15 minutes tops. You could have just said, "Oh, why don't you fucking fight the one dude and this is over? Like we're good to go."
Solved it.
You could have solved the mystery, and then at the end, you were like, "Oh, you're gonna let this guy live? The guy who fucking killed people, you're gonna let him live? Like, no, dude, just kill him and we're good." Dumb.
Bob,
fucking dumb.
Can you put a picture of the Bootmen poster? I'm just going to read the synopsis.
You can. No one knows
Life
this
hack.
movie whatsoever.
Take
Okay.
shrooms.
Yeah. But
Bob's just popping and take
It's an us-
shrooms into the background.
Not sure why there's 20 YouTube tabs open on this, but
I don't know.
like
They're
to
all
party.
tabs from previous shows
Yeah.
that you don't.
oh, look at
you don't
this. A lot of
close brothers.
Fetterman.
Yeah, a lot of
Fetterman memes.
Bob, are you a Fetterman guy?
No, he looks stuff up for you guys.
Maybe.
It's all like
Maybe.
It's all for you.
so just go
Dan.
Bootmen like IMDb or whatever. Otherwise, it's going to bring up boots for sale.
Yeah,
Because it's an
Bootmen.
Australian movie
Oh, is it?
from 2000.
And they're dancing.
So charismatic tap dancing Sean, played by the boyfriend from Coyote Ugly. You know him, right?
Oh yeah, that guy sucked at acting too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
but he
terrible.
could dance. So
Could he?
got some stuff.
Was his name Adam Garcia? Was that right?
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. How do I remember that? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So charismatic tap dancing Sean
Yeah.
tries to find a way out of working at the steel mill,
Sure.
right? Which his dad, his brothers are all hardcore, hard hats,
Oh
what
no, if
have
you're gonna
you.
go, commit.
Oh, so I can't do the whole thing. I don't want to annoy everyone.
I love it.
I love it too. I'm actually demanding it now.
When failure brings him home, he starts his own dance group
Oh God.
wearing hard hats,
Oh Christ.
and they use the steel mill,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they make like a stage and they do like stomp with like all
boy.
this stuff.
Oh boy.
Like
just a bunch of gay men.
scaffolding. Yeah.
tap dancing.
And like it's always like it's the disapproving dad, right? Because he
Sure.
wants him to just like work.
Yeah.
The brother, Sam Worthington, right, is just a real mess up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cocks everything up.
Yeah.
And he dies, motorcycle
Ah.
crash. And so he's like, I'm going to do, you know.
I'm gonna dance for my brother's death.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they used to tap dance together, you know.
Sure they did. Because all
Yeah.
brothers
And then the
do
dad goes to the performance at the steel mill
that. Yeah.
and is like brought to tears. Like, it's like approving now.
Oh God. Approving of his gayness. Are they homosexuals in this movie?
No,
Oh really?
no. They're very,
There's the plot.
very
twist we were looking
manly.
for.
Very
Oh, yeah.
manly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just manly tap dancers.
Manly, but that's why it wasn't cool. Is because like he was a tap dancer and all his like, his whole family and everyone worked at the steel mill and it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Gay?
Yeah. Yeah. Good for them.
Really good.
Yeah,
So-
it sounds great. Sounds great. I'm going to cut back to real life here because this
sorry.
sounds like a gay fantasy of.
No, it's good. It's just it's a Worthington classic.
I'm
He's
of
really
Kevin
good in
Spacey.
it.
I was looking for Kevin Spacey, produced by. He is not a producer on this, but yeah,
Ghost producer, silent.
yeah,
yeah,
silent
very,
producer.
very
He was on
silent.
set a lot.
very hands on, but he was a silent producer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
obviously. But back to the Avatar thing here, real quick, to put a button on it. What I didn't know, James Cameron's been doing a shit ton of press over the weekend. What I didn't know was somebody asked him about the Matt Damon thing, and he goes, "Will you just shut the fuck up about Matt Damon?" And
Ask Ben Affleck that.
no, they asked James Cameron that, and about Avatar. I was like, "What's
Okay.
the fucking story there?" Apparently, that Sam Worthington, your Bootmen guy that you love so much,
Bootman.
yeah, it wasn't supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Matt Damon, and
And they saw Bootman,
They
and they were
couldn't-
like, "He's
nope.
got to be." Oh,
nope,
okay,
sure,
sorry.
it sure isn't.
Sorry.
They could not afford Matt Damon, so they offered Matt Damon 10% of the profits of Avatar.
As they should.
Big mistake.
He could not get out of the third born identity, whatever that one was. And,
Supremacy.
yeah. He couldn't get out of that. The shooting overlapped. James had to move on. And once they ran the numbers, it cost Matt Damon $250 million. And Matt Damon, to this day, won't shut the fuck up about it, I guess. And he said it's the largest contract an actor's ever turned down in history.
Sucks to suck.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
James
Sorry
Cameron did say,
about
though,
it.
he goes, look, I've heard this story so many times. He goes, I want to put him in the movie. Like, he's got to
You
be
have
in
to
one
at
of the
this
sequels.
yeah.
Just to be in it for the joke of it. And so they're trying to do that. But man, I have
The
no
joke of
desire
it?
to see anymore.
Is Avatar funny?
No, but the joke of the Matt Damon not getting the $250 million.
Little Easter egg, you know.
Yeah.
You really
Easter egg.
start to miss all those winky Marvel jokes about an hour and a half into Avatar when nothing is amusing you at fucking all.
No.
Yeah.
Like you watch like Thor and you're like, oh my god, like this isn't a comedy. Just get
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
get some
Yeah.
fun. But then you get to Avatar and you're like, make me smile once.
One time. Just one joke.
So,
Just give
Bob,
me one
you're
joke.
serious that you don't like it?
It fucking blows.
Okay,
And so
okay,
I saw
okay.
It, I saw it the first time in theaters in 2009, like everybody else. Like,
Right,
it's gonna be
right,
incredible.
right.
And I love James Cameron. Like, Aliens is one of the best
No,
action movies
he's
ever.
one of the best
Literally
directors of all
everything
time.
else.
Yes.
Literally
Right,
everything
100%.
else.
Titanic, everything. Yeah.
So I
He might be the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
For
He's
sure.
not. Spielberg's goat. It's not even close. I'm just gonna,
Okay,
no,
that's
you're
a
wrong.
debate. That's
I
definitely
mean,
a debate.
oh yeah, because I'm
to
like
have.
really going hard, like underground with James Cameron.
Makes a movie once every 15 years. It's like, this guy might be the GOAT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
respect, dude. I took an entire class on Terrence Malick. He made like 4 films.
Yeah,
No.
Terrence Malick sucks. He's only got one good movie.
He does
Terrence
suck.
Malick is very overrated. I agree with
He
you.
blows, yeah.
What's his good
They try to
movie?
push
The
that on
Thin
me in
Red Line.
NYU.
You could
Yeah.
cut 45 minutes out of the Thin Red Lines of the movie.
Easily. Every movie he does, same with Judd Apatow. Cut 35 minutes out of every Judd Apatow
And
movie.
but
God,
he also just like makes shit up. So, like Adrian Brody was supposed to be the lead in the Thin Red Line, and he has no lines.
Correct.
Because Terrence Malick is just like the movies take me. Anyway, I saw Avatar High in 2009.
As you should.
Yeah,
As you
and,
should, yep.
and it was like, whoa. And then I watched it again on like DVD, and I was like, oh my god, like the CGI is not that good, and nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about any of these people. It's fucking dumb. I'm actually rooting for the humans.
yeah.
Yeah. I will say, like, from the commercials, I was like, I mean, I'm not taken out of real life. You know, you're not taken
Yeah.
out of. It's really just like, oh, like it all looks super fake. There's
And-
no, you know.
And even the domestic box office over the weekend wasn't near what they thought it was going to be. Like, I wonder if the gig is up on this where they're just like, hey, dude, first of all, no one has 3.5 hours of time to waste on bullshit like that for a shitty story. Like,
Yeah.
is there a movie? I was trying to think about this on the way home. Is there a movie over 3 hours that you've loved in your life? I only could name one.
The
What?
Irishman.
I was going to
No,
say the
I hate
Irish.
no,
I know, I'm kidding.
No, yeah.
I didn't mind it. What? Gladiator?
Jesse, it took you 3 sittings to get through The Irishman. I watched it with you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I
what's the
liked it.
runtime on Gladiator? Yeah.
It's not 3 hours.
Godfather Part 2.
Maybe, yes. So I only have one, me personally, that I could think of, and it was Wolf of Wall Street.
I would say Wolf of Wall
Oh,
Street's over
shit. Yeah.
That's the only one where I did not look at my watch one single time, and I was pissed off that it was over. I was just like, oh, fuck, is this over? This is great.
Avengers Endgame was pretty good.
Nope. You could have cut 45 minutes out of that for me.
No, I needed another 30 to
Yeah.
be quite honest.
Really?
I love that. That
Split
movie's
it into
so-
two. Then
that-
split it into 2. I was all good.
I would have taken 4 movies for sure.
Yeah, I was all good. I think you could. My personal thought is you could have split that into 2. Avatar, there's nothing redeeming, and 90 minutes would have been fine for that. But there's still, the script still fucking sucked.
Yeah, I mean, there's some all-time classics that are over 3 hours.
Godfather,
Spartacus, Lawrence of Arabia, Return of the King.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lord of the Rings. I'm not even Lord of the Rings.
Schindler-
fan.
Samurai.
Schindler's List.
Yeah, Gone with the
Yeesh.
Wind.
Yeesh. I can't do it.
Sorry,
if
I'm,
you
like,
had to go,
going
but
through.
guys, for real, if you had to go back and say, all right, Jesse, this Saturday night, I'm going to take you to Schindler's List, would you be amped about it?
No.
No.
I feel like every Nolan movie's about 3 hours.
And I feel like those are too long.
They're all just like right under though. There's a lot of like 2:45.
Yeah, like what's going to be the runtime on Oppenheimer?
So, yeah,
Oh man, that
okay.
trailer looked fucking insane.
Well, we'll go to that now if you want to. So Christopher Nolan, they showed Oppenheimer, that trailer before that movie started. It will be a great movie, yes. Is there a need to treat it like Oppenheimer is a fucking action movie?
No.
You could convince
Probably
me they
not.
dropped the real nuke for the movie.
Same and like, but if that runtime is over 3 hours, I'm not going to see it until it gets to Netflix.
Did you get an action movie vibe from that?
Yeah, the pace of it, the whole pace of it, because I watched the trailer in the theater. It was before Avatar. The pace of it was like this drama, high-paced action. Oh, what's going to happen? I was like, we all know what's going to happen. And we know the ending.
It seemed more like a thriller / horror movie to me.
Yes, same here. And I was like, this is Oppenheimer, right? Like does something happen that I don't know? Is there a fucking ghost that's going to come out? Like,
I think we really underrate how close the world was to nuking itself out of existence for like 40 years.
and here's why. Because we read it every single day in today's world that we're close to a nuclear war. And I think people look back on it and they're like, yeah, I mean, I heard that yesterday about, what was going to happen in Russia. So do I really give a shit?
But they were.
I understand.
And we're like, well, obviously it's not going to happen. Like we're out through the other side.
Right. And,
So
we're already like, I don't think it's going to happen over in Russia,
Plus, I'll watch anything Cillian Murphy's in.
He's great. He's great. And I'm sure the movie's going to be great. But it looked like an action thriller where I was like, man, is Nick Cage going to pop out?
I think it's
save
the color,
fucking
the
nuclear
color,
bomb?
and like the desaturated skin tones and like the heavy like blues, blacks, like the steely look to it makes you feel. It makes you think you're watching Born Identity.
Yeah, it was odd. I mean, I'm definitely going to see it, but I'm not going to rush right out. And
I swear to God, though, if he fucks with time again, if it's
Might.
like Dunkirk or some shit where there's just there's no fucking reason for there to be a weird time dilation, whatever, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, Bob's
like just
gonna
tell a
lose all this
story.
shit.
Just tell a story.
Was that the one of like the one shot? Which one was that?
Yeah, Dunkirk, yeah.
No, that was
like
1917.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
1917.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dances with Wolves, 3 hours.
Yeah, but would you watch it again? Would you sit
Yes,
down? Really?
100%. Yeah, I fucking love Dances with Wolves.
So
Tatanka.
there's two in my life that I would sit down and rewatch: Godfather and Wolf of Wall Street, and that's kind of it for me. 3 hour wise.
Can I give you a dark horse one that I only like because I'm a nerd?
Go ahead.
Please.
And that is it's like 3.5 hours. It's like obscenely long.
Lincoln.
What?
Close, same era.
What?
Gettysburg.
Oh, yeah. You have showed yourself,
Yeah.
Bob. No.
There's a literal. It's one of the only movies released in the last 40 years with an intermission.
It is, and that's Ted Turner, and he did it on purpose, by the way, because they were running. What's the other 3.5 hour? Gone with the Wind. They were running at the CNN building for years and years and years. That was his dream. He spent $1 gajillion on it, and it made $3.
What about like an
million.
extended cut Tarantino film?
Maybe, but he's never done it. He's never done it.
The
No,
Green
if you
Mile.
watch-
Grindhouse, or who did Grindhouse?
Yeah, that was
he did
Tarantino.
it.
Yeah, but he only did half of it.
Rodriguez, yeah.
Yeah, but no. If you the Hateful Eight, they broke it into 4 parts.
Oh, shit. The Hateful Eight was over 3 hours, and I love that film. So, yeah, that's in there. I would watch that again for sure. On a big screen, yes. I watched it on a big screen the first time. But very, very few. And I think just us as a culture and a society, we're over that shit of this 3 hour bullshit.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I don't, especially
Yeah.
kids, my God.
Just make it a TV show.
Now, the only thing I
Yeah.
will say is the element of booze at these things will help you get through anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
at all
yeah.
these theaters now
For
with
sure.
the booze, they're like, hey, and they even suggested it. They were like, do you want an extra one? The movie is 3 hours and 15 minutes. And I was like,
Beautiful.
oh, yes, I would.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Thanks.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, and that's a nice thing. We got a Nature Nook coming up here in a bit, but James, we got some sponsors that put this show on the air.
Do we?
Ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Love it. Love the Ghost Bed. We might need to take the cover, though, over there and just bring it back to our house. If you've got kids, you should get a cover for your
Yeah,
bed.
for sure.
Eating fucking food and hot Cheetos and bullshit. It's like, dude, get out of the goddamn bed.
It's ruining my life.
Yeah, when we're not there. And it's like, hey, dude, stop eating ham sandwiches all over the fucking bed. That's where we lay together. It's where I lay with my bride every night, all right? I don't need you just hamming it up, literally,
Yeah.
on the bed. The huge fucking, sandwich that looks like you're in a Popeye cartoon. It's great for that, and it's also great for butt stuff, all right? If you're worried about it, just put a cover down on the bed. Sheets are amazing over there. Everything's 30% off the promo code Drinking Bros at checkouts. Right now, if you get a mattress, you get 2 free pillows, which is, it's the best. The pillows are better than are just as good as the goddamn mattress. Either one, I love both of them. We've had all of the things there for years. 40% off the adjustable base. Will it be in time for Christmas? No. It's Tuesday, dummies. And if you're trying to get your wife a gift now, don't.
Yeah.
You're late, but it'll show up in time for New Year's. That way you guys can be boning on New Year's Eve.
Boning by New Year's.
Yeah, dude. Boning by New Year's. 40% off adjustable base and the mattress. Get a split king. You can do whatever you want there. Super sleek remote control. USB ports. Flashlights. The whole shebang vibrates from head to toe. It's amazing. Go to ghostbed.com/drinkingbros today at checkout. Click the 60-month pay-as-you-go program box. You check that. And all the deals that I mentioned are applicable with that. And you can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Head on over to ghostbed.com/drinkingbros today. James, who do we got up next?
Hard AF.
Goddamn right. That's what I was screaming at this morning. Tennessee, get your shit together, okay? Sold out. Like 3/4 of the stores there. Restock, or you're going to get doxxed live on it. I'm near that level. Even when we were there, I had to drive to like 8 stores, and they were sold out everywhere. It's flying off the shelves. No lie, we were number 1 in the state of Florida. You guys know how big I am on that. God damn it. And I cannot sleep unless I'm number 1. We were number 1 in the state of Florida. We beat out Bud Seltzer last month. So we were not only the top new spirit in the entire state of Florida, we are also the top selling seltzer there. So you can all go fuck yourselves. Who do we beat? So I looked at the list. We beat Bud Seltzer. There were 2. 3 was Truly. 4 was Vizzy, by the way. And I was like,
I've never
still doing that.
seen someone drink that in real life.
In real life.
Yeah.
In real life. We did a gig with them, and they weren't bad initially, but when they branched out, started doing other flavors, I was like, you lost me on that one. Whereas we ramped ours up, the pina colada and the watermelon, holy shit. They have sold the fuck out, dude, everywhere. And they're restocking like rapid fire. So Florida's on their shit. Tennessee, a little behind the times. Go into the stores in Tennessee and demand it. Say, you give me hard AF seltzer or you give me death. Okay? And then we'll get the store stocked. Now, if you're not in Tennessee or Florida, look, we're in every Total Wine, by the way, in the state of Tennessee and Florida. They'll stock those up. God forbid they piss off Total Wine. Biggest fucking booze distributor in the whole goddamn Southeast. Yeah, we're all stocked up in there, kids. So you can go into every Total Wine in Tennessee and Florida and really load up, Johnny, for the holidays. There's a bunch of drunk uncles that are looking to touch you. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back with 8%, dude. I didn't give you that retard strength that you need to take on Uncle Johnny at Christmas. What? There's always a knockout around the holidays.
Sure.
Always a knockout. I bet you at Delco's house, the over-under's 2.
Yeah.
2 knockouts for the holidays. Somebody's going to get out of hand there. Somebody's going to get loose. For the rest of us dummies, including in Texas, we have to order these straight to our fucking house. So at 41 states we ship to, go to hardafseltzer.com. And if you are in Tennessee or Florida, all you have to do is go to the store locator, type in your zip or city, and it'll just take you right to the store that's got them. It's super fucking easy. Even a dummy like me could use it when we were in Tennessee. How fast was that? I think we got off the plane, and we had seltzer in the back of our trunk in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome in Tennessee. And I'll be back there in Gatlinburg. Might be cutting a deal with Sugarlands coming up, the moonshine company. So we'll see what happens there. Got a little meeting there at the end of the month. I'm not. I enjoy Sugarlands. I want this to go down.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know.
Yeah, I think we're on the same pitch. It'll come down to a trademark issue, I'm sure. Okay. If it doesn't go. Like, for real. Those guys have been great to us, and we're super stoked about that. What else we got going on in the worlds today, Jabes? Weinstein. Let him go. Let him go.
No, they didn't.
Well, they got 1 charge on him. So 1 out of the 4 Jane Does, except for the one who decided not to be a Jane Doe, because God forbid she didn't get that press, Gavin Newsom's wife. He only got convicted on 1 out of 4. Gavin Newsom's wife, they told to go fuck yourself. We don't believe that story. You lying little liar, you lying little bitch.
Did they say that?
Pretty close.
Okay.
Pretty goddamn close. I mean, it got very, very graphic in the trial. You want to hear?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll be happy to tell you.
Yeah.
1, why'd you send the follow-up email saying loved our time together and everything else? 2, Harvey, I guess, leaned over during the cross-examination and said, hey, told his legal team she was moaning all throughout. the sexual act itself when they did have sex, and it seemed like she was enjoying herself. And they did ask her that on the stand.
And what did
she said she was faking it to get him to ejaculate later. So is that true? Is it not? Who knows? But why you're sending follow-up emails to some guy you raped, or you got raped by, that doesn't really make any sense to me.
It does. It's just exactly what I said, which is we are bookending Me Too, where people are looking at these things in a different, more skeptical way. Is that good? I don't know. Like, yeah, she probably did all of those things. Like, was trying to get him to just fucking it for it to be done. And then she wanted to get the fucking role that he promised her. Mm-hmm. If you're going to go through that, and at that time, no one's talking about Harvey Weinstein. No one's speaking up. It's just a thing that you do. So no matter how she feels about it now, at the time, yes, all those things happened. Did she feel gross and disgusting about it? But like, look, but it is his trial. Everything that's happened to him and with him is bookending this, the craziness of Me Too.
Right.
That was just like, no questions asked, whatever it is, every guy goes down, right? There are some that definitely needed to, 100%. And it's changed the thinking. As far as like in the workplace, power dynamic, everything. It's changed the thinking. It's just sort of kind of done now.
Right.
Good or bad, it just is. And he is completely the face of it.
Yes. And
so if he doesn't get convicted on all of them, then now people are starting to think about things.
Correct. And it's over. So that's it. I think they're going to tack on an extra 20 years or something.
Yeah.
He was already serving 32 anyways, and it's 70 years old. This one didn't, matter except for the victim in this one.
I wonder what made the person.
I know it, and I can tell you off air.
What made them convict on that and not the other ones?
Yep. I think the one that they did, that woman had told a story to a manager that was potentially going to be in one of our films, and that was years and years before any of this started. So that one, I think for sure is probably happened and is real, just based on her description and everything else. And this was way, way, way before. I mean, years before the Me Too movement. So.
Let's be clear, it was all gross.
It was all gross.
It was all gross, and it was all, no one was doing it because they wanted to. And that's a fucking gross feeling, right?
Sure.
So none of it's like, oh, worse than the other. It's just, is it an actual crime?
Yeah.
That's
and then, because you had said this last night about this book ending the Me Too movement, and that's what it feels like. Because even a couple jurors came out for Danny Masterson. I don't know if you read this this morning. And they talked to the press and they said, hey, why was this a hung jury? And they were very honest. They go, we didn't actually believe any of the victims. They were like, it just didn't. One of the guys on the jury was like, it just didn't pass the smell test. Like the stories kept changing throughout the trial. And it seemed like he was kind of being set up and it didn't seem real. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't anything more nefarious than that, and it was a pretty straightforward answer, and you were just like, oh, all right. And I guess it was hung the other way, like 10-2. So 10 were like not guilty. Okay. 2 were like guilty, I guess. So it wasn't really close. If it was the other way around, I would have said, all right. But
doesn't matter. Tie goes to the rapist.
Sure does. Bob was sitting on that. And I'm actually proud of you for it. You can give him some applause on that. It's almost Christmas. That was a really good one. Please. There you go.
He does it real low.
Yeah.
He does it real low.
The disrespect Delco has for Bob. I mean,
I know.
Anytime a good joke you don't let a good joke like that go to waste. Give that full applause. That's crazy.
Off the cuff.
It is. Ty goes the rapist in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that we're looking at things now in terms of like, hey, was that gross? Do you feel bad about it? Or was it rape? Right now, now when you're actually going into the criminal justice system, when you're going to court, it has to actually be a crime. Whereas before, it was like just being creepy, women not liking you, you taking advantage of maybe them liking you. or being able to like, because you're so disgusting and Harvey Weinstein, like.
Yeah, it's all of it. The other thing too, because you had said this last night about the book ending of all this shit. There was even a Hollywood site this morning. There's like 2 insider sites that I always follow. It's Deadline and then this site called The Wrap. Even they wrote an article that said, don't retry Danny Masterson. They were like, this is a waste of time and money. Clearly, if all of these jurors said the exact same thing, like something's up here. If it was the other way, if it was 10-2 the other way, sure. But that one, they were like, no, why put this guy through this? And they were in the court for a little bit. So they were like, why put him through it? This doesn't seem real for some reason. And I think it all lines up now. Everything that I heard from those 2 jurors and then this article lines up to exactly what you said before this trial started of if you try to leave the church, they will do shit like this and get people to come together and say, hey, man, fuck you. We'll send you away forever if you want. And that's Scientology.
Yeah.
So, Jabes, I think you had it. Yeah. I think you had it on this one. Now, the Idaho thing, who knows what the fuck's going on there, all right? The police have received over 10,000 tips. They have no idea what's going on. There's somebody in a liquor store now that they're looking at. Andy is his name or somebody. Like, I don't know what the fucking story is with this.
I don't either.
I thought it would have been solved by now
don't.
just based on how attractive all the people were. And now that it hasn't, now I'm starting to get a little worried about it.
I'm losing hope, Ross.
It's past the first 48, dude.
It is.
Person's gone.
So you think they're out of here or no?
I just don't know. I don't know what kind of. I do go back to the call that the roommate made saying that someone in their house is unconscious. Not saying at all. There's little fucking blood everywhere.
Yeah,
and they're clearly dead.
Yeah.
So Anne called someone else and took a really long time to call 911. Now that could be scared kids, right? Mm-hmm. That like call mom first before 911 because they're just like, what the fuck do I do? I don't know. There's a lot of weird things with it.
It's very odd.
So it's going to be a while. And if whatever they do have, they're not going to be telling anyone because they don't want whoever it is. Sure.
And I understand that.
To skip town or what have you.
I understand that. I just, I think it's been a long time now. And you're just like, all right, this is odd.
Yeah.
I mean, this high profile that this case has become, usually people don't get away with this shit.
Yeah. There's fucking cameras everywhere.
Everywhere
in the world.
now.
I don't know.
Everywhere now.
I don't know.
It just seems so unbelievable to me where you're just like, man, there's literal cameras on every single fucking thing we do. How do you get away with it? And I don't know the answer. It's strange. You got a nature nook for us today, James?
I do.
Full blast. Full blast. Full blast.
I think I made it a little bit long. Oh, he's mixing it.
Yeah.
Yes. I think the ham horn has to be. I need to integrate that in some way.
Nature nook.
Nature nook. Now look, this is kind of could be both a crime corner and nature nook. So you wanted me to talk about the shark attack.
Yes.
There's so many in Maui, by the way.
Why? I've been there.
Warm water. I mean, we talked about.
I didn't think sharks could attack in warm water. I mean, that's just.
Do we need to have Bob go through this again?
I mean, I guess so.
Anyways.
There is a dark side to the island life.
Yep.
That many don't want to speak of.
I guess so. And we're going to talk about it now. What happened?
So, man says that he fought off a shark, but his wife is missing still after they were attacked while snorkeling. Okay? This is in Maui. This is recent.
Okay.
Man reportedly told police that he and his wife fought off a shark before he swam to shore, and she vanished. Rescuers are searching for a person who disappeared after reports of shark in Hawaii. So they received a call from the man. saw a shark swim by repeatedly. Him and his wife were snorkeling. He says, wife got attacked. He tried to find her for a long time and then went back to shore. Now look, we go into like a shark investigation.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Sharks usually, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like they usually bite into human and be like, no, that's not what I want, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I think we taste close to seal.
For the most part,
Depends on how fat you are, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
for the most part, they try and, they think you're a seal, they bite or whatever, and then they realize that you're not what they want
Oh no, my friend.
and usually leave, or you're floating if you're dead, whatever. So weird kind of, right? That the man and wife are snorkeling
Okay.
real far out, all alone.
Yeah.
All alone. Nobody sees him. Nobody's with him, whatever. Shark comes. They both fight him off. Wife dies. Like, are we saying that the shark ate her whole? That's not how it works.
The
Probably.
situation is they were 50 yards apart while they were
Yeah,
snorkeling,
yeah.
and
Okay.
then people from the shore saw a shark feeding, but there was just a cloud of red, so you couldn't really tell what it was.
Okay, but why can't they find her then?
The shark ate the whole body up.
They don't do
Yeah,
that.
they do. They do. He was really hungry.
They 100% don't
He
do
was
that.
really fucking hungry. And sharks get really hungry, especially in Hawaii.
Yeah, you thought it would have washed ashore, right, Jibs?
Yeah.
Or be floating, or what? Because they're not going to eat the whole, I promise.
Is there some
They'll
sort of
bite a
other
leg
animal
off.
that
They'll
will?
whatever.
Right. His
Oh.
mistake was you got to go to the Everglades, go on an airboat, and then alligator.
His
attacked us.
mistake is, I think that people are way too familiar with shark attacks in Maui, in particular.
Wait. So, but they saw the blood and they saw the attack. Like, even if he caused it, he gets off scot-free, right?
I don't know if he caused it for sure, but Bob is saying I didn't read that.
You guys
but
are
he's
insinuating
saying,
that he wanted his wife
he's
dead.
saying that people saw the actual shark attack. Is that what you're saying,
Yeah,
Bob?
yeah, yeah. There were witnesses on shore who could see a shark feeding on something,
Okay.
and they don't know what. And the shark was bouncing back and forth between Mrs. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Shark Attack, whatever their names are.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the
But-
body, it could have just been dead anyway.
What?
Corpse.
The woman?
Yeah.
She just drowned, and then the shark was like, well,
Or he killed her, threw her over, and sharks feasted.
Oh.
not
He
bad.
chummed
Yeah.
the body, maybe.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Could have chummed that body up a little bit. Which, look, that's kind of genius,
I have been
no.
snorkeling in Hawaii, by the way, and
Same.
It's
Humble brag.
Yeah.
it's just a fact.
Yeah, it is.
I'm an island guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Delco's
Yeah.
about to be able to say the same thing. I can't, but
Yeah, Delco can.
Me either, Jabes.
yeah, never been. I've never spent time.
Are you going alone?
No.
Who are you going with?
I'm going with somebody.
My God, why so cagey? I mean,
Because-
it's just crazy.
because-
if you have a girlfriend, you have a girlfriend. Who cares?
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
not going to say anything about it, but I feel a lot better now.
Like, because you were supposed to go.
Well, we were supposed to go somewhere
Yeah,
together.
I know.
And then
Oh, got it.
Hawaii was supposed to be like a price-conscious trip,
Right.
Because we had a place to stay, and it
Because
would
I had a
just be-
homie that invited us out, and then he kind of took back the offer.
and
after
then
we
it
booked.
became like the opposite of a price-conscious trip.
Sure, and you were like,
I don't know if I can do that.
okay.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's the
Delco's like,
thing.
I'm going anyways.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
flights are cheap, not so much the hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big holiday destination.
But you were saying you were snorkeling off Maui, and what? You
I
didn't
was
feel
snorkeling off
unsafe at all?
off of Kauai.
I
Okay.
didn't feel unsafe. Did you?
No, because we were right next to the boat. But I mean, like, you can see through the. I don't know how Maui's water is, but I assume it's pretty similar. Like, you can see a pretty good fucking distance
Yeah, it's
underwater.
very, very clear.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so unusual. Of like, did you not see the shark coming at you?
Right. And if you're fighting it off, really?
Yeah. Did you not fight back?
It is-
Fight back.
They
yeah.
did. The husband said they both were fighting the shark.
50 yards apart.
But the shark. They weren't fighting it at the same time though. The
But
shark
they,
was
like-
going back and
Yeah.
forth.
Between the two of them. This sounds suspect. That's
yeah.
not that. That's
Yeah,
not.
you
This
don't-
sounds like Jaws.
You don't fight a shark if you're trying to like cover up a murder. Like there are easier ways to do that than like actually physically
I think he
fighting
chummed.
a
I think he
shark.
chummed his wife. I think he chummed her.
Yeah, but
I
then
can,
the shark turned on him.
I can do some investigating while I'm there. However, I won't be on Maui. I'll be on the main island.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of these,
Oahu.
like if you look up Shark Attack, it's all Shark Attack Maui. So like that is, this is a little bit of a.
That's where the current takes them, I guess.
I don't know, or it's the perfect storm of different situations happening.
Got to watch out for street sharks.
But that's the essence of nature, Nook,
Land
right?
sharks.
Like, look,
Right.
off the coast of Maui is where all shark attacks happen. Okay? So, word to the wise, if you want your wife to die,
Go to Maui.
Mm-hmm.
Australia,
take
too.
her snorkeling and get real far away from her.
Sure.
If you see a shark going by, push it, fight it, push it towards
your wife,
Yeah.
Go to her.
Don't yell.
Go to her.
Don't yell that it's coming.
Well, you need to be more clever about it than that, even. Like, maybe time the trip for when she's on her period.
Yeah.
And then you go snorkeling.
No,
Yeah.
that's you go to the mountains then because the bears.
Oh, yeah.
The bears,
The
too,
blood,
yeah.
the blood will attract the shark, though, too. I mean, you're good either way.
Yes. Yeah, you're
But
good either way.
I feel like sharks don't like menstrual.
I think whatever.
They smell the blood.
Yeah, I think whatever.
They're not choosy.
Yeah.
They're not choosy species.
But again, little weird. They haven't found her.
I like it. If he chummed her, dude. He's going to get away with it, you know? Good for him.
Right.
Chum her up, dude. Find that period cycle. Get her out there, chum her up, and then let the shark do the rest.
Right.
Ross, do you
Pretty
want
genius.
us
I
to
just
chum
wanna
your remains
see-
when you die?
No. Well,
I want to see the investigation video.
I'm going to be burned up because then you're going to have to burn. It's just too much work.
Well, instead of like getting cremated, we could like feed you to great white sharks.
It's so much work. Again, you're going to have to get the body down there and all that stuff. Like, I want to make it easy as I possibly can.
This is good though, because you know how you like throw ashes off the boat, right? And
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, and then you throw flowers.
Sure.
So with you, it will be like, okay, kids, we're putting the body in.
And-
Yeah,
right in front of all the
and
children.
then flowers to
on
screaming.
top of it.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
lots of just
ooh-ah,
like
just being blasted on air horns.
yeah.
Puppies everywhere.
It's like a
It's the
chaotic
child scream, yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be fun.
Ask them. I'll leave it up to you guys. You
Okay.
know, I won't be here. Do whatever you want. You know?
I bet the boys will be like, let's fucking do shark.
Let's do it.
Or
Let's do Shark Week.
do Shark
with Dad.
Attack, dude.
Shark Week with Dad.
Yeah.
Shark Week. Throw them in there. Chum them up. You know, our youngest is dumping buckets of blood and fucking fish
He
guts
would
on
do.
top
He'd
of
get
it.
right in there.
Yeah.
That little weirdo.
I want to talk about another podcast that we love. We love Your Mom's House and all that shit, right? Fans of it. I don't know if they were wasted or whatever, but they kind of spilled a secret that I knew about, and I think it's fun, and I wanted to ask you about it. Tom Segura went down a dark hole the other day with, he goes, you know what I'd really love to see is Jimmy Fallon on his show, but like the real Jimmy Fallon. And I was like, oh, please say it. Please say it. And he goes, I want to see Jimmy Fallon 4 JMOs deep.
Yep.
And then what he would really say to the guests and tell everyone to fuck off, and then how much he hated everybody and everything else. And I was like, yes, dude, I can't be the only one that knows this. You knew the story as well, that he was getting trashed all over New York City.
Yeah.
And that's how he almost cut his finger off as well.
Yeah, it's widely known. He still kind of does it, but it's widely known that he
still does
he
it?
likes not as much, but
I heard he had to quit after the finger chop off incident.
yeah, and I think just in general, right? Like he does have a family, but like that schedule is crazy. Pandemic was crazy. I think he's always liked to booze, and there's no bad stories about it. It's literally just like
I didn't know anybody else knew it.
Drunk Jimmy Fallon, right? Yeah, he gets on a piano. He's like super nice and fun. Like it's not ever a bad story, but he likes to drink.
Because I saw it, I heard his show, and then I was watching. It was on last night in the background, you know, and I was just thinking to myself, because you have to do the dance, right, for the late night shows where you're just like, hey, everybody, it's a great time and everything else. I would say he's probably the last one that actually does that format. Whereas Kimmel has gone political, Colbert has gone political, Seth Meyers is super political. He's the only one that still does like
Who's the chubby Brit one?
yeah, well, Corden, but he's out of there.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's out.
But I think he couldn't keep up the facade anymore.
No.
Like, I think he was for
he's
real.
a miserable person.
Yeah. And so he was just like, dude, the reason that Jimmy can do it is because he actually, in some ways, is like that.
Sure.
He just would like to be drinking while doing it and partying or whatever. So that's how he can.
But
the Man Show really was perfect for him.
Who?
The what?
The Man Show.
For Kimmel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who Kimmel really is. And so it's like, I think his whole thing is once he got loaded and was accepted like by the masses like that.
Did I say Kimmel? I meant Fallon.
Yeah. I think he's thinking of Fallon. But either way, Kimmel changed his whole vibe to appease to the masses and that he's holier than thou now and all that other shit, which is not true. Like even Corolla will tell you what a fucking dirtbag he was back in the day, and it's fine. Like that's why we love the Man Show and all that other shit. With Fallon though, I had no idea that everybody else like kind of knew. And yeah, I would love to see Jimmy Fallon just turn it up to 11, just one show, and see what it's really like without him having to do all the shit. Where it's like, oh man.
Maybe when he's done, like he'll start doing podcasts and do that. But he has to be fully done with the show and like his last,
Yeah.
Then I think he may do that and really talk about it. I don't know.
I hope because we're seeing another side of Bill Maher right now with his Club Random. He's got a podcast now, and I mean it's twice as long, 3 times as long as his fucking half-hour show on HBO, and he gets wasted and he smokes joints all show long, and you're like, oh, all right, that's who you really are. Like, sure. That's a lot better than the other fucking bullshit. But maybe Fallon will do the same, and that'll be fun. Who knows?
That'd be great.
I'd love to see Fallon that wasted and just turn it up, dude. I think it'd be fun because he's fucking miserable. Corden's out of there. Ellen is off the air, by the way.
Yeah.
They keep showing her as if she's been on the air, and it threw me off. I was like, man, when that guy died, I actually had to go Twitch, the guy who blew his brains out the other day. I had to actually go and look it up and be like, is the show still going? I thought it was supposed to end. But they kept having these never-ending, like, goodbye.
Yeah, and I think they were showing
farewell
reruns
shows.
as far as, like, and they were having guest hosts just to get to the end of whatever their contract was. But, yeah, they've been done kind of filming for a while.
Yeah, so it ended in May of 2022. So, like, we've been done with that for 7 months.
Yeah.
But they're still showing reruns on television. And I caught one the other day, and they were like, oh, we're going to miss you so much. And I was like, is this fucking thing still on? No. I guess they just don't have anything in its time slot.
Yeah.
And towards the end of it, why I bring this up, she was in the Corden phase where she was just like, fuck you guys. I'm way done with this goddamn thing, and we're all good.
And then she had to do one more or a couple more seasons, one more season to like end on a good note. Otherwise, because she could have ended right then. But because of all that shit coming out, she was like, oh, fuck. I need to do another season where I'm like super fucking nice to everyone. And then I can go away and it won't be like that's my lasting thing. So they let her do it.
Even with her shit, here's what I'll say in defense of her. Now, Corden, I heard, is just a fucking asshole. But with Ellen, I heard she was just like, hey, dude, I want to work. I want to get my shit done. And then I want to bounce. Like, these hours are long, and I'm kind of over it, and I just kind of want to get the fuck out of here, right? And that guy, I guess, before he died, said the same thing. He goes, look, man, do I think Ellen's a bad person? No. He goes, she wanted to work and work hard, and people are always going to fucking bitch at the top, and just because they could, and that environment was going on at the time where you could say whatever you wanted about your boss and you couldn't get fired, it was kind of during the Me Too movement too, where you're just like, all right, sweet, that person cancel him or whatever, and he was just like, she just kind of wanted to work and fucking go home. Like, she didn't really want to put up with your bullshit. Yeah. And I kind of understand that, whereas Corden's just a fucking cocksucker. So
yeah. The whole restaurant thing, remember that he got kind of popped? Balthazar, whatever.
Yeah.
Old ass restaurant. The issue that happened was his wife ordered an egg yolk omelet.
Yes.
All yolk.
Yeah, all yolks, which I didn't know was a thing. Did you know that was a thing?
No.
I'm down.
It sounds delightful. I'm going to be honest. It sounds really good.
It's where all the fat is. So
it's the best part of the egg.
Of course, but like, my goodness.
An all yolk egg? Let's go.
And he found like white. Because like, and that was the fucking issue. And do I need to go back there and fucking make it myself?
Well, James, it's hard to separate. It's hard to separate.
I'm sure the person was like, "What? Okay, all yolk."
All yolk.
You know?
Yeah.
All right.
But if you think about it, how amazing does that sound?
Oh my God, a couple bites, but my gosh, you eat the whole thing, you're gonna
I
literally
don't
die
know.
of a heart
I've
attack.
never had it.
Oh, okay.
And now I feel like I should ask for it somewhere.
I'll make it for you.
Have you made one before?
Omelets?
No, an all yolk omelet.
I'm willing to try.
Yeah.
It would be amazing, a couple bites, but it would be so like
Cream cheese, breakfast bacon
it'd
crumble.
be like a freaking souffle or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. But yeah, as far as that whole sitch was concerned, I was surprised that she was off there. I didn't know. I had no fucking idea, dude. She's still popping up every single day.
yep.
And I don't know what they're going to do with the rest of that shit.
I think they're talking Kelly Clarkson.
But she popped on the other day and she was still on Zoom. And it was like, what are we doing? What are we
I
doing
don't think
still on
she
Zoom?
is.
You don't think so?
No.
Kay Clark's? I don't think Kay Clark's is the one to do it.
And she has more money
gonna
than
lead you
God.
there.
People love her.
I know. People do love Kay Clark's, dude.
Well, once she gained the weight well.
She's the. Is that why? Is that why I was going to talk about her being like
Funny, good
real?
No,
She'll
no.
drink and be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm fucking drunk." Like at the Oscars and stuff. Like I think she is everything that Ellen was not. Right. So
Yeah.
it would be good. And like Giorgio said, she gained the weight well,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
I mean, she moved into a different phase of her life, but
Sure.
she's still fuckable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to bang Kelly
I
Clarkson?
don't, but I would.
Well, if she wasn't Kelly Clarkson, would you?
No, but the average American would.
That's a tough sell.
I'm gonna put the mic down.
Tough sell these days. I would have
Yeah,
said.
I go, people like her, Giorgio. Yeah, right?
I would have
She
said when
gained
she
the
was on
weight
American
well.
Idol season 1, sure, but
No one cares about that anymore.
I know.
Yeah, no.
But now it's
Where's
rough.
Clay? Where's Clay? at,
No, I
Ross?
just think
Does she
she's-
make music still?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. She does like Christmas albums and shit like that.
I mean, you're right. Not like putting out a fucking.
Yeah.
Where's Ruben
Yeah.
Studdard?
I mean,
Yeah,
if she was like a superstar, then yeah, I would.
Is Ruben dead?
Yeah.
He might be dead.
No.
Did he die? I think he died.
Rob says yes.
Yeah, I think he's dead too.
I
Rob,
don't-
look it up.
God, she was
dead?
so hot back in the
Yeah,
day.
so yeah, pull that pick up.
She was
I mean,
like in
by the way,
was that
Giorgio,
Kelly and Ryan right
that
there?
was
By the way, Giorgio, she wasn't so hot.
She was
Right.
cute.
She
was just like-
that was a
She was
cute.
fine.
Yeah,
She was in her 20s.
it was a cute
you
girl.
put her in the Brittney Christina category, and then she moved. Like she was
man.
in the lower.
She
wasn't
never
at the
was.
no,
level.
she was never an
She
ex Tina.
never-
Yeah,
was.
this is a civilian who got famous.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
and
she was
in
never
your
an ex-Tina.
again in your 20s, real easy to be,
But that was the thing. It's
a
like
certain size.
A normal girl thought that she could then become like a Britney, and that's what they were selling, was it not?
No, she was never trying to be a Britney because she could actually like sing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's the only thing that's
Oh, what a
gotten
dig
her.
at Brittany.
Yeah, shots fired.
Yeah.
Britney can't sing. Christina can sing, but Britney can't sing.
Christina could definitely sing.
By the way, Bob, they're turning on her.
On Brittany?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're finally
Oh.
turning. Like the fans are finally being like, "Hey, girl, like this is not okay."
Ruben
you know,
Studdard
like
was
she's
an
being
internet
really.
hoax.
Oh, it was?
He's not dead. Shit. I'm sorry, Ruben. I love you, buddy.
But it's
I knew
believable,
you were
right?
alive. I knew
Damn
you were
it.
alive.
Damn it. I didn't know.
Like
It sounded believable.
It did. It did.
Yeah, he's about to a heart attack. What weren't you?
With Brittany, what do you think's up for her in 23? Do you think she dies in 23?
I don't think she dies, but I think that everyone turns back to being like Jamie just came out. The dad just came out and is doing his first interview about the fact that she probably wouldn't be alive if she wasn't in the conservatorship, right? It was what it was, all of that. And then now her posts are becoming so crazy, kind of mean,
Yeah.
weird, that like the posts under used to just be like, "Go girl, so glad you're free, blah, blah, blah." Now we're kind of like, uh-huh. And now what, right?
Right.
Because she'll just keep talking about, for 13 years, I couldn't go to Jack in the Box. And then I went to Jack in the Box. And some guys, I was crying. And some guy said, "It'll be all right." Now, fuck you. You don't know me. So she's like talking about a story where like she was crying the guy from Jack in the Box gave her the food and said, like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And she says back to him, like, fuck you, you don't know me. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know if it's going to be okay. So everyone's kind of like, hey, man, like, calm down or get help or whatever, right?
I could
Delco,
see
you're
her
with...
going down like a Kanye route.
Yes,
Yeah.
because...
she's like up days away from
Yes.
getting on Instagram and being like, y'all, it was...
Yep.
The
Like,
Nazis
is it
did
a
some good things.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it a coincidence that my daddy's lawyer was Jewish?
Yep.
I
Like,
need-
honestly,
You know what I mean?
she's,
Like,
she's going to do something like that.
I've been put in a camp as well. Like,
Yes, Kanye, when Kanye's talking about that, he's also talking about me.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
inevitable.
I think because
That was the same.
And you said that the dads, came out and said, "I saved your life."
Well, he's doing his first. I don't know what. Basically, I heard what it said.
I've
It
always
hasn't come
been
out
in that camp,
yet.
by the way.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe the father did save her life. If he took a couple extra million off the top for himself, so be it. But he kept her alive, and I think if something doesn't happen, I
think
she's
the
dead.
only gripe with it would be like, yes, you did keep her alive, but you also forced a very sick person to work constantly. So the only, thing that was probably not great about it, yes, she should have been in a conservatorship, but the other, like the forcing her to work constantly thing so that everyone could get paid, that was probably a bad move as a dad, but is what it is.
Okay. All right. Wanted to chat with you about Meghan and Harry. We finished it. We finished the doc on Netflix, the 6-parter. What were your thoughts on it here?
Like I said, I need to let go of this hate. It's eating me up inside, right?
Really
I need to put a button on this. Like, I cannot talk about her.
And a lot of people are saying the
anymore.
same thing, that you wish you were the princess, that you could have been the princess if you would have
look.
gotten that audition on Suits.
Oh, look, all of my hatred for anything first starts with jealousy, right? 100%. If I don't like somebody or something, it's because I'm jealous of the situation. Then I go deeper into it, right? So it
Yeah.
started with that. And now, this documentary it did its job, which is that, I don't hate her anymore. I really just think that she's a super boring dork that's never been funny a day in her life. I think in her real life back home, she was top dog around all of her dorky friends that weren't famous, and they loved her. She was the prettiest girl in the room. There was paparazzi. She was hanging out with famous people, and she went to the palace and became so low on the totem pole that she could not fucking handle it, right? Like, she was never... And she was looking at Kate being like, this person's more important than me. I'm fucking way hotter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she just was like, I'm never going to break through to be what I used to be. And I just think she's like just dumb and boring, and she couldn't make it work to where she still was getting... And she did want to be Diana.
Yeah.
So she wanted to be how beloved Diana was. That's what she thought she was going to be, and it didn't work out that way. So she was like, let me try another route to be Diana, which is like...
Name your baby Diana?
Be the last part of Diana's life where they were trying to destroy her. And she
then
like
name your baby daughter Diana? Yeah.
Lilibet Diana.
Diana, yeah.
So like the queen.
And then her, yeah. So if she
So,
hated
yeah.
them so
And
much.
so I have to just like, I have to let go of my hatred for her.
So
it has to be done.
Here's my take on it on the other side of this. I think with Harry, he probably genuinely wanted to get the fuck out of there because of what had happened to his mom and everything else. And he was younger when she died and all of that. I think all of it, documentary-wise, would have been fine if they would have cut it off at the Oprah interview and just kind of got out of sight at that point. When it got to the Oprah interview, which I remembered happening and I thought was so fucking ridiculous, and we obviously talked about it on this show, I think then that's when you show that, oh, you definitely missed the fame and the attention and all that other shit.
Yep.
There's no reason to do it. If the sole purpose, and that's what they're telling you over and over throughout this documentary, is they want their privacy or their privacy in British terms. If you really want what, Jesse, that is what they call it, privacy. When you want privacy like that,
Yeah.
you could have just shut it down once you got over to America and Montecito and had been done with that. The weird shit comes in when it's Tyler Perry's the godfather of your child. And even Tyler Perry didn't seem that amped about it. He was just like, am I going to have to do anything for this? Because I don't really want to. And he even said that. Because I definitely don't want to go over there.
No, he's like, can we just do a small thing at my house?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, cool, whatever.
And the fact that she hit up Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry magically gave them this mansion in the Hollywood Hills to live in is super odd to me because they have no connection whatsoever.
Is she black enough to pull that card?
So,
I know,
all right.
I know we're live on YouTube, and it's more
fine.
of a Patreon
I don't
thing.
care. No, it's fine. I'll answer it.
You're as bad as the palace asking what color the baby's going to be.
No.
She's pretty white.
Here's what that documentary.
Tyler Perry is a beloved member of the community.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
He's European embodied.
Here's what the documentary solved for me. So I was in the camp, and I think I was joking about it with Bob at the time, where when they were asking about if the baby was going to be dark, I was like, Meghan Markle is as white as you could possibly be besides Harry. Harry is a whiter I was like, there might be a touch of like, oh, is she from Spain or whatever?
And he has royal blood, so those genes are going to go.
Super white, right? But when I saw her mom, because that was the first time I've ever seen her mom is black as that girl in that picture there. You can pop it up, the Kelly Clarkson picture. You can pop that up on screen, Bob. Yeah, she's real black. So I was like, oh, shit. All right, this isn't like a Rachel Dolezal type of sitch. Like, it's a real black mom. And then that kind of, for me at least, helped me understand some of the things that they were going through. But the privacy thing, I can't wrap my mind around. And then it just didn't end. And it's still not ending. She's doing this 6-part documentary. And now there's going to be another one. You know that, right? They just signed on to do another one.
But it's like it's going to be more about like their charities and stuff.
Yeah, giving back, which nobody gives a fuck about. None of those do well in the ratings. The podcast isn't doing well. So they clearly needed money to keep up with that lifestyle. And that house in Montecito, I can tell you, was like $30 million. So like, if you're cut off from the royal family and all this other shit, they're going to have to keep doing this bullshit in order to earn money and keep up with that lifestyle. But in the end, if they really wanted privacy, they could have had it, shut it all down, kept the $12 million they got, you said, I think, and that would have been fine for the rest of your life.
How much if she starts an OnlyFans now?
They're not going to do that.
But
They're
how
not going
much?
to do that. But Paige Van Sant in 2023 will definitely do that.
I think she's single
she
now.
already did. Paige Van Sant already has an OnlyFans.
No, but one where she starts like fucking her husband, like that Boston nurse.
I don't think they're together anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
She want to come back on the show?
Giorgio, the two of you guys on an OnlyFans would be fun. Grappling together, Isn't she a wrestler or something?
A lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Future wife. Striker.
Yeah, she needs a photographer and she needs a videographer, Giorgio. So, yeah. Go ahead and slide that resume in, friend, and maybe that wiener, too.
I got to beat Young Gravy to the punch this time.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. But, yeah, I wasn't pissed off about a lot of it until you got to the Oprah thing. And I know you were, but once we got to the Oprah thing, I was like, I can understand why they wanted to get the fuck out of there. But once the Oprah thing popped up, I was like, there's no need to go back. You guys are bullshit. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
So I sided with you in the end, but not until we got pretty deep in it. The rest of it seemed pretty normal to me.
I was just meeting his grandma.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's the problem? It's just your grandma. Shut the fuck up. You can't be dumb and smart at the same time. Which one is it? Which one is it, bitch?
That's
Sorry.
the main thing is you just know she's a liar. And
She's lying.
That's all.
Yes.
need to
And
relive-
I
She's
was
lying.
gonna get rid of this hate, and you guys got to stop. You have to stop.
Yeah.
You have to stop because the hate was gone.
Yeah.
I forgot they had a queen.
I know, and it's like
I didn't learn that in international relations at Northwestern.
it was crazy when we were like riding in the carriage, and there was like so many people. I was like, what?
Jesse's hatred. Jesse's hatred
don't.
for her
I let it go.
carried over so much.
I let it go.
That she walked out of the room 4 times throughout the series. That's true. The other thing was you were so angry that she's never taken a bad photo in her life that you go, what is fucking with her? Like, she just does not take a bad
Ever.
fucking photo.
Ever.
Crying, she looked great.
Crying. They could go underneath. They could go profile
From the side.
close.
Nobody looks great from the side.
I'll go underneath.
Yeah. Georgia, we know
The
you will.
undercarriage.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what are all these paparazzi doing here?
Yeah.
God, fucking what?
So that's the overall thing. I thought it was shot well. I thought it was done well. They had music in there that was like, how'd you pull the Rolling Stones for this?
No, I know. And like, I think it's a good way for us all, again, to just like never talk about it again. It's boring. They're boring. It's fine.
Well, to me, I think this is the end of it unless they create some other news story that goes global.
Well, it'll be Harry going to the coronation or not. I don't know.
What's the coronation? What is
when his dad is becoming king.
Oh.
So that's going to be the next thing of like, do they go? Do they not? If they don't go, it's a story. If they do go, it's a story. Go.
Right. But yeah, that's kind of it for that whole fucking thing. And I was good with it. I didn't mind it. 6 parts. It was pretty entertaining.
Okay.
So yeah, it was shot amazing. We were just like, holy shit. All right.
Sure.
Congratulations. I mean, my only shock, I guess, was how bald he is. My God, man. Harry's really going bald, isn't he?
He's fine. He's going to be just fine.
I don't know. A ginger bozo ring like that?
He needs to get fat. Honestly, to save the look, he needs to be like a fat English dude.
But a G-bow ring like that is...
Just shave it all off. You just go bald.
That's what I say. I think you should do that. But I don't think he'll do it.
No, he would look horrible bald. Anyway, it's crazy that he hasn't taken care of it thus far, but is what it is.
I guess. The brother didn't. I mean,
I don't know why they don't. The dad did.
He's Friar tucked up, dude.
The dad took care of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But what's going to play out is going to haunt Jesse forever, though, I have a feeling, because Homeboy doesn't have that long to live. So William's going to be king. And then they're going to have this feud between him and his brother and everything else that goes on with that whole shit. And it'll be in your face the rest of your life. And you get to deal with it on a daily basis.
Only if I choose.
But you do. You'll choose. You'll choose to love it and get in it.
I said I'm letting go, and I'm letting go.
You're not letting go.
It has to be the last thing I say.
You're not. That's fine. That's fine. But Merry Christmas, okay?
Merry Christmas.
I love you. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It's all the advertisers care about. I'm so sick of saying that at the end of every show. It really is. Just get to 10,000 reviews, and I'll stop it. Like, that's enough, right? That's the number probably for those fucks that I don't have to hear it anymore.
Yeah, that's
that
good.
and Spotify. Just go to Spotify, rate the show a 5-star. You can walk away. I don't really care. Burn your phone.
Yeah, check out Bootman. Let us know what you thought in the review.
No need for Bootman.
Bootman?
Yeah, the gay Australian tap dance love story
it's so
that takes place in a factory.
And it's not gay.
Did any of them fuck? Any of the dudes fuck?
No.
Okay.
They all had hot Australian girlfriends.
That were all super straight.
They were all super straight. They worked at a steel mill.
And they just tap dance in their spare time?
Yes.
Oh, got it.
No, there's a great scene where he takes...
Oh, you've seen this, Bob?
Yeah, he kind of discovers it by accident. What happens is like some steel gets stuck to his shoes from the mill, and he starts like kind of just being like, get off, get off, like shaking his foot around, and then it sounds good.
I can't do this.
It was kind of, it was like that. It's crazy.
True?
Bob has not seen it, and he exactly said like
No.
He exactly described a scene in the movie.
No, I can't do any of this.
What? And then just starts like making the
steel tap dance on his fucking shoes.
And then used again, like it's a stomp and then like a broom too. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy.
With the tapping.
No. All of this is bad. Bootmen? Jesus Christ.
Bootmen?
Yeah.
Anyways.
We're not letting our kids watch that. They'll be sucking their own dicks by the time they're fucking 8. My God.
Straight up, nothing gay about sucking your own dick, bro.
Yeah, I think that's been debunked.
Yeah.
It is not. I would never suck my own dick.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're the one that wants the big fat cock in your butt,
No,
right?
that is not a thing either, dude.
Instead of fucking a dude.
So here's the other thing she got pissed off about at the White Lotus, dude, is the straight guy who was boning the gay guy. She said, hey, I was like, how could anybody straight do that? I was like, there's no way. You could never keep a boner up if you were straight.
We've already been through this.
We went through it on a Christmas story, right? On the Christmas show, but not in real life, right?
No, you talked about it on Drinking Bros.
That's
I
right.
popped in the back and I said, and
you're right.
Dan Holloway had the best response, which was like, we want you to say that out loud and hear yourself.
I understand that.
Okay,
but
it's
like
fine.
it would have to be out of anger or dominance. Like there is no fun, flirty, like, oh hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and fuck that dude. Like there's no way you can keep a boner.
Again, we all, it's been settled. You would rather have a big, fat, hairy penis.
Nope.
Shoved into your butt.
No.
You did.
Never said any of that.
But
Never
that was
said any
the
of that.
that was the choice.
No, never
and
said any
you
of that.
said I wouldn't be able to get hard, so I'll take the big, huge, hopefully black. Right? You said
Never said any of that.
penis
Nothing.
in
Nope.
my
Nope.
butthole.
Sure didn't.
Because I can't get hard.
Not one word of that.
Okay.
Can confirm. We have the tapes.
No.
Yeah,
never
it's
said
all on
any of that.
record.
Running
right.
it back, you said you would receive because you would be unable to give.
Yes.
I could not give. I couldn't keep a boner up.
Yes.
Your fear of being penetrated, your manly will to not be penetrated would give
Everybody
you
in
a boner.
here,
is
yes, he
just
did.
physical. What
we
you can
heard
actually
it.
do.
This is what he said.
You
Yeah.
could not
over
get
matter.
a boner. No, you could not get a boner.
It's a
All right,
fear
the
boner.
only time I've
Fear
gotten a
boner.
boner is over. It was an old movie, early 2000s. It was called Bootmen.
Yeah.
And
Bootmen?
it was just straight guys who were tap dancing in a steel mill at night.
Super straight, dude.
Super straight, and that's how they just blew off steam. A lot of guys watch football or go to the bar. Not them. They stayed in the steel mill and they tap danced together. So
Yep.
congratulations.
Yep.
We're all done here. All right, you've sullied the Christmas show. You've dirtied it, and you're gross. All right.
People need to know
Yeah. So
what your preference is.
I want to take the opportunity to wish the royal family and Meghan Markle a Merry Christmas, and to all a good night. To all a good night.
Okay.
For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Oh, buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.